Okay, hi guys, and welcome to the show. And as you can see, I'm doing my 6-month follow-up on my Oris Aquis, and this is the 40mm version with the grey dial. And I've had this bad boy for about just under 6 months, coming up to 6 months now. And as you can see, it's really maintained. I mean, it's had a fair amount of abuse, and it's resisted any serious wear, and it still looks very mint condition. A little bit of dirt in there, as you can see, but it's a fantastic piece. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this is because out of all the watches I've reviewed or featured on the channel, this one seems to get the most emails, and the last email I got was from Drew from Georgia, and he asked me where the best place to buy this particular model, the 40mm version, is, where the best place to buy it from, and the best price. Now, when I originally reviewed the blue one in 42mm size, I managed to find it for a discount price from Joma Shop for just under $1,000. Now, at the time I didn't realize what a good price that was, and in fact the price has increased. Now, Drew, to answer your question, and this goes out to a lot of people who've emailed me about the price of the Aquis, you're not going to find it under $1,000 anymore. I was just very, very fortunate, and that offer was only on the 42mm version. This 40mm version the price hasn't really fluctuated. If anything, it's only increased, because this 40mm version is now, I believe, discontinued, or they've stopped making it, and only available in the larger sizes. The reason, I really don't know. Maybe there isn't enough demand for it. Personally, I much prefer the 40mm size. It's a lot more refined. It's fitting to my scale, but at the end of the day, it's a matter of preference, and I know there are a ton of people who love a bigger size, so that's fine. But you're not really going to find the 40mm for less than about $1,100 US dollars. But it is definitely worth it, and you know, they're going to be harder to find. You might get lucky and find one on the second-hand market for under $1,000, but you know, the price isn't going to go down. If anything, it's going to increase. But anyway, I wanted to show you. I've had this now for 6 months, and I'm still in love with it as much as I was when I first received it. Now, the buckle is a lot smaller than the 42mm version, and I just adore this buckle. The strap is absolutely fantastic. This is the best rubber strap I've ever seen on a watch. Very comfortable, very easy to quickly adjust on the fly. The clasp does its job perfectly. It's just, everything about this watch has been impeccably designed. This, for me, you know, if I could only have one watch, I mean, I'd hate that, but if I had to choose, this would be my watch. I'm just in love with it. I love the industrial, kind of militaristic, tough, also very futuristic design of it, but at the same time, it still pays homage to the classic features of a dive watch. The bezel. Now, I have reviewed this watch in great detail, and if you want a full review, I recommend you watch it. But something I did leave out was the unidirectional bezel, which is unlike any other bezel on a diver watch. It's just so solid and really It just screams quality, and I absolutely adore this grey gunmetal. I believe it's the ceramic. It is ceramic too, the same as the blue one I had previous, but it's in this gunmetal colour, and it just offsets the. It's such a nice colour scheme. It just really works. I mean, they got everything right in terms of design on this one. Everything about it. Another thing I failed to mention in the original review, which I guess is something that you kind of learn to appreciate as you wear it over time, is the size of the crown is really nice and much bigger than a Submariner or a Seamaster, and it's just so easy to use, to unscrew and to wind, top up the wind. One of my main issues was that when I originally bought the Aquis, I was concerned with these lugs that I wouldn't be able to put on a NATO, and it is a bit of a down. I mean, this would absolutely murder a NATO strap, but this stunning Italian vanilla scented rubber strap is so impeccably done and so comfortable. I actually don't mind. I prefer it. And if you want to go with the bracelet, you can contact Oris and you can get a bracelet from them. It's not that expensive. I have tried on the bracelet and a version, and it is very, very comfortable. Really solid bracelets. When I originally purchased the Aquis, it was to be a beta watch, really, but then I realized what an amazing design and quality the Aquis really is, and it's become it's up there with my higher end pieces. It's just, it's too good to be a beta almost. I find myself worrying about it and not trying to bang it, which or scratch it, which is something with a beta watch you don't want to be worrying about that. So therefore it got kind of promoted into the kind of luxury bracket of my collection, but I just adore it. I love Oris as a brand. They're independently owned, tasteful designs for the most part. They have got some watches which I really don't like, but for the most part their designs are really, really tasteful, and they're not trying to be anybody else. They're doing their own thing. Personally, I think the Aquis is, like I said, it's my favourite watch. I just adore it. It's me. It's modern. It's a diver. It's got all the features I want. I just love the symmetrical dial, with the date at the 6 o'clock, and I just love the colour scheme of the grey one, and I love the blue too. If they did the blue one in the 40mm size, I've said this before, it would be perfect. It would be absolutely perfect. But this is pretty close. Anyway, so an independently owned company, they do really do their own thing, and 2014 has been an exceptional year for Oris. They released the first diver with an actual depth gauge, the bigger brother of this, and they released, I believe, an aviation watch with an automatic aviation watch with an analog altitude meter built in, and just they're really pushing. Who else has done such leaps forward in terms of mechanical watches to such an extent within 1 year? It's just really, really impressive stuff. And even their slogan, real watches for real people, it just sums it up to a T, really. It just personifies everything that I appreciate about the brand and about their designs. And so anyway, to answer a lot of questions, basically, you know, if you're kind of on the fence about spending $1,000, or you're waiting to try and get one for $1,000, I would just put the extra few hundred in and buy it brand new, and you know, because it's something you're going to have for the rest of your life. This is a definite keeper. The blue came and went because, you know, I couldn't get the blue in the 40mm size, and I was a bit on the fence about this grey colour scheme, but after seeing it in person I just fell in love with it. And you know, this is definitely one of the anchors of my collection. I absolutely adore this watch. Really chuffed, and my love for it has only grown. Not a lot of watches can do that. Not a lot of watches can do that. You know, Breitlings have come and gone, countless Omegas have come and gone, a few Rolexes, but this one is going to be with me forever. As long as I can live and breathe, I will enjoy this watch. Any negatives I found throughout the 6 months? The power reserve with the Sellita SW200, it's fantastic movement, has never let me down. The only drawback I would say is the power reserve is a little weak compared to the Submariner. I think it's about 40 hours, no, 38 hours I think. A little bit weak, but with the crown being so well designed and so comfortable to use, you can top it up if you've taken it off and put it on in your nightstand for a night or two. It's fine, you know, not really a big deal. I have it in the winder now, and it's really nice because I can just quickly, you know, swap and change on the fly. So that's really the only downfall. Everything else is you know, I have nothing to complain about. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. To be honest, the only downfall I really genuinely think is that people don't give this watch enough credit. I think it's a masterpiece of design. I really do. I'm trying to think why it appeals to me so much. I think it's because it's the perfect balance of modernity and tradition, and these are things that are really important to me. But on top of that, it's just so tastefully done. It just screams quality, and it will continue to be my favorite watch, I think. Anyway guys, so I hope that answered questions. If you could pick one of these up for 1100, go for it. I know it's slightly more expensive than I originally in my original reviews, but there is limited availability now. Price is going to increase. They're not making the 40mm version anymore, so I think, you know, if you can get it for 1200, go for it. You're not going to regret it. It's an outstanding watch. I absolutely adore it. Please let me know what you think, and if a lot of my viewers have gone out and bought the Oris Aquis, I'd love to hear how you found it, what you think about it, what versions you have, pros and cons. Please tell me. And Drew, I hope that answered your question. You know, from what you said in your email, this sounds like the perfect watch for you, and go for it. I know it's a little bit more expensive than the $1,000 budget you had in mind, but trust me, you know, when you get it and you feel it and you see it and you experience this watch, you know, you will that $100 is nothing, you know, because trust me, you know, if they charged even $2,000, $3,000, I'd probably pay for it. I just love it so much, you know. everything about it. Just, I mean, it even smells good. That you know, I've never had a watch that had a vanilla scented rubber strap. I mean, it even smells good. My wife even remarked on it one time. She liked the smell of my watch. It's quite crazy, but anyway, there you go. Alright guys, I'll leave it there. I'll catch you later, and please like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel. A lot more videos coming soon, Monday to Friday. Okay, thanks for watching. Ciao.